What's going on, everybody? It's Bolaga 320 Baseball reporting on your weekly baseball news. And as you guys know from our previous video, I kind of just mostly do Yankees. I'll cover MLB stuff, but at this current point in time, I'm just gonna do some Yankee news. And guys, D Rob is gone. I don't know what to tell you. D Rob is gone, and from the moment this offseason hit, I wanted both him and Britton back. Gotta be honest, I preferred him more so than Britton because I just kind of hate one pitch pitchers, and Britton has a great breaking ball. It's just he never uses it if he watches the game. So, and of course, as we now have seen, you could have gotten Robertson for cheaper. Rumors are that Britton is looking for 4 years, right? God knows how much money, but 2 years, 23 million with an option for a third. Yankees could have easily have done this, guys, and I know the whole thing at the end of the postseason, unfortunately, that they lost the Red Sox. They had the postseason shares, and basically how many shares were given to employees, staff, trainers. It was basically the lowest out of all the MLB teams. And the ringleader, according to everybody, was basically David Robertson. And of course, I'm sure he didn't make the decision by himself. Some rumors I saw that Sonny Gray was supposedly one of the people that advised him, which to me was just like, really, you just want to kind of keep raking the skull over the coals. He's not going to be on the team most likely this upcoming season. And I kind of don't believe it. I mean, why would Sonny Gray have any kind of influence being on the team basically almost a year and a half? It's kind of weird to me, but yeah. So they kind of just saw that as a way to push Robertson out the door. Look, to me, that's nothing to do with winning games. You have to win games. It doesn't matter whose feelings or who you rub the wrong way. That doesn't have anything to do with winning baseball games. It just doesn't. And for 2 years, 23 million guaranteed. They could have put up a better fight to bring him back. You know what's funny? I don't even like the Phillies that much. They might just end up trading for Robertson again, like they did with the White Sox, maybe a year and a half from now. I don't think the Phillies are really that good to be. Who's the star player? Reese Hoskins, Aaron Nolan, who else? Like I don't know, man. That team has a lot of holes, and Robertson himself, they have a pretty good bullpen. I gotta miss. Anthony's pretty underrated. They have better arms. They did a great rip-off trade to the Mariners to acquire James Pazos Jr., who I loved when he was here with the Yankees, right? Out of all those teams in that division, to me, they're kind of just third, maybe fourth if things don't go right. I know they have a strong minor league system. From what I saw with the re-rankings, it was one a notch above, or one ranking above, excuse me, I should say the Yankees. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we see D Rob as the Yankee in the near future again, and just basically he'll pitch like he never left. He's always loved pitching in New York. And what I can't stand from Yankee fans that have kind of tried to justify him leaving is like, well, he was old, he was going bad. He was, he's on the wrong side of 30. It was prudent to let him move on so he can save the money. Like I said, it's 2 years, guys, and even if he is gonna go downhill, it was worth the risk for 2 years. You're not giving him a 5-year deal that Kimbrel or even I would say Britain's looking for. I said earlier 4 years. Who knows? These guys asked for the moon. Every one of them thinks they're Princess Diana. But yeah, I digress. And you know what? I'll look up numbers because I got a bunch of people on Twitter going back and forth with me on, his fastball's not as good this year. His numbers aren't. I'm like, you guys literally are taking stuff that you imagined in your own brains and putting them up as factual information. So we'll look up the numbers ourselves and just go to baseballreference.com and look up all these numbers that people swear that are leading or telltale signs that David Robertson is declining, right? And I looked up most of them, guys, and it's funny. The last 2 years, he's been better or as good as he's ever been in his career, aside from that 2011 season, which was kind of an outlier. I think it was 2000. Yeah, it's that. Remember that crazy season where every hard hit ball he gave up, it was at people. He got all the breaks, and yeah, one of the best seasons a reliever could have. And if he would have lowered these walks by a little bit more, it could have been one of the most historical seasons for a reliever. But yeah, guys, the last 2 years, he was great as a Yankee. They acquired him, man. His whip was below 1. Nobody's getting on base, and he's striking out practically everybody. His Ks per nine are above 10. There were 13 last year, and they dropped down, guys. I mean, compare this to all these other bum relievers you see, all these other guys that they can't pitch in the clutch. And for you, especially if you're a true Yankee fan, to have watched this guy over basically his entire Yankee career, aside from a couple of seasons with the White Sox, you're gonna say he's not clutch. You're gonna say he's losing velocity. You guys have to stop justifying the team's decision and just use facts, man. And he might, like I said, fall off the cliff the next years, but he's basically gonna pitch 34 and into his 35 years of fucking of age playing in baseball. And I mean, the way he keeps himself in shape. Have you seen this guy's legs? Have you seen his body? Does he look like a CC Sabathia type he's going to fall off in the near future? I mean, the only way I see it not working out is if he has an arm injury. From what I saw the last year and a half, he adjusted. He's actually throwing sliders. He's dropping down. He actually threw two seamers for a good while against left-handers. They were just sitting on that cutter, because he usually backdoors it when he's ahead in the count, like Rivera did. They were teeing off on it. He actually threw a couple of two seamers, and if MLB Network, I might just put it up anyway. I'm not sure if they'll take it down, but I've witnessed a bunch of games where he literally was fooling people with two seamers, and he's obviously a lot smarter than people give him credit for. He adjusts pretty quickly, and I count on guys like that, especially late into their careers, man. You gotta respect the fact that a guy can adapt. And I looked at the Fangraph charts, and we'll look at them in a bit, but his fastball velocity actually hasn't gone down. I think his highest velocity of a fastball thrown was last year when they traded for him. Or it might have been this year. We'll look him up. It doesn't matter, guys. But his fastball velocity isn't decreasing. His hit spreadings aren't going up, and his strikeouts aren't going down. So this mythological, you know, bullshit that I'm hearing on Twitter, people are telling me that he was on his way down anyway. You guys have your heads up your asses, and we'll just look at the numbers. Honestly, I'll just go right to the splits. And it was one of the more ridiculous things I've heard. I'm just like, you're kind of pandering to the team. You're not giving a player. It's basically like when they were shitting on Dylan Batantis, and you look at his numbers compared to all these other relievers. They're not even close. It's the same with Robertson. They're not even close. He's far and ahead one of the better relievers. I'd take him over Ottavino in his one good season any day, anytime. Anytime. And it's just, I don't even want Ottavino on this team after those stupid Babe Ruth remarks. So yeah, again, I digress. Let's look at his platoon splits. Lefties and righties, it's a wash. Home and away, it's a wash. Gave him more home runs at home, but I'm sure that was probably due to some Yankee Stadium-itis, right? We'll look at his neutralized numbers to adjust, to the ballpark later on. Home and away, he was actually worse away. Do you believe it, guys? Maybe he did some extra partying on the road, but he's actually far better at home. So this whole Yankee Stadium, righties can't pitch in here bullshit. A lot of guys actually pitch great, including Luis Severino. His first half, second half, pretty fair. If I remember correctly, he usually like he had like a bad May and then a bad August, and he pitched good in September into the postseason. May look at him right here, right now, guys. You can see I'm not bullshitting. I'm using facts, and we're not just gonna disparage somebody because they're not on our team anymore. We're gonna use factual information. And as much as I say I'm a Yankee fan, I'm a very unbiased Yankee fan. I'm a very pragmatic Yankee fan, and I kind of look. I'm more of a half, you know, glass half empty than a half full guy, and it's just something that you can't really ignore when you have all these numbers available to you. You basically know what months, first and second half, away, every game. I could literally go on my OB network and check out every game he pitched and see for myself. His velocity went down, but we have charts. Oh, so I was kind of right. All right, in May he was bad. In July he was bad. Okay, so it was in August. It was July. He finished up basically strong in August. Kind of had a weak September, then rebounded in October. I'm interested to see how many days rest did he need, and I'm pretty sure they have that. Or in the scoring position, they batted 183. He's not clutch. Men on, they batted 195 against him. And we pretty much took that whole anti-clutch BS out of the equation with, yeah, all the numbers here for you guys to read if you want. Like I said, I'm looking for not the platoon splits. It might be in another thing. Clutch stat. You could literally go to the clutch stats. I'm looking for neutralized outcome. Because I looked at it yesterday, I could have sworn he actually had a lower ERA because he gave up a couple of cheap home runs at Yankee Stadium. Like I said, guys, if you don't believe it, you can look him up yourself. But yeah, on 0 days rest, 137 1 day rest, 224 2 days rest. Sorry, so he was bad basically on 1 day's rest. Everything else he was good. I actually pitched the game on 5 days rest. I don't even remember that one. Days of rest. Yeah, 1 day rest. All right, so he basically, if you rest him if you pitch him after 1 day rested, I should say, he wasn't good. He needs at least 2 days. It's a heavy breaking ball pitcher. He's a max effort guy. I guess it makes sense. He actually pitched good against the Red Sox. I'm just trying to look for pluses for my boy D-Rob. I don't know what to tell you guys. Every time I've seen him in a Yankee uniform, he delivers. Game conditions, ballparks, ball by catcher. He even pitched great with Sanchez. Yeah. Every time I saw Sanchez catching him, he would just throw a nasty breaking ball. by umpires. It's crazy. All this crazy stats. You have all this stuff is incredible. Jesus Christmas. And I guess we can just go to the clutch stats. Was already down there. Yeah, no, we already looked at them. All right, now I was looking for which one do you go to for neutralized pitching? I feel like I've shown you guys enough numbers already to kind of just dispel some of those Twitter people that were coming at me. Let me know. I mean, unless you need more. We can look at his postseason. I mean, he pitched good against the Red Sox in the entire season. Let me see. Home and away. What do we just go to regular stuff? Pitching role, platoon splits on this page, season totals. There's got to be a postseason one here. Let's just go back actually. And go all the way back to his main page. That'll get me to the postseason. This year against the Red Sox, 2 2/3. Get this advertisement out of the way. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 0.375 WHIP. Remember, he saved the Yankees' asses last year against the Indians, and after pitching 2 innings every outing, he basically ran out of gas against Houston, and he gave up a couple of big hits against them. I didn't fault him because he was so great against Cleveland and Minnesota. But to say he's not clutch, guys, look at this. Look at his stats in the postseason. When your stats mirror your regular season stats, you can't tell somebody they're not clutch. And all I see is below 200 batting averages. I see. I mean, the only knock you'd ever have against him is basically his walks, which is why he has the nickname Houdini in the first. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. And the team's gonna be fine. They got a lot of young arms, but the thing is, you need them to be good now, man. You got a bunch of free agents next year that you don't know if you're gonna get them all back, including Batanzas, Hicks, Gregorius, and other guys need to sign long term like Judge and Sanchez if he ever actually decides to give a damn. And then Torres, Andor if you keep him, etc. But I would have signed him back, guys. You need to win now. You might have a window where you can win 2 or 3 in a row, depending if other teams get hurt, because Yankees still have a decent amount of minor league depth, even after all these trades. But yeah, guys, once again, let me know what you think in the comment section. Have a good weekend. Be safe. We'll go through 20. Baseball is out.